G'day, my name is Kev. Today I wanted to show you how I make a mini bog filter for small ponds. These filters are perfect for small patio ponds like a wine barrel or ornamental pond. Bog filters, in my opinion, are one of the best ways to filter water naturally. They provide great water clarity and keep the water parameters safe for fish. The aim of my channel is to provide information so you can create beautiful ponds and water features without spending a fortune. If that is something that interests you, please like and subscribe. A good filter will remove solid waste like fish poo, be easy to clean and provide clean and clear water. This little filter is a winner, so here's how I build it. I need a drill, just a cordless drill, one drill bit, 8 to 10 mil, and a little hole saw. A piece of 90 mil stormwater, two 90 mil stormwater caps, a 25 mil bulkhead fitting, and a 25 mil riser. For the filter itself, I have a 54 litre food safe storage container. It's UV resistant, so it shouldn't be too bad outside. You'll also need a hacksaw. You'll also want some PVC pipe cement. Here's just a recap of what you need in case you want to take a screenshot. So the first step is I'm going to make a hole in the bottom here for the bulkhead fitting to sit. So I've got my little drill bit that makes a hole, and it's only just bigger than pipe there, but small enough for the washers. So you don't want to go bigger than the washers because they're going to create the seal. So I'll just flip the drum over and drill a hole right there in the middle. So I find when you're drilling the hole, it's easier to flick the drill in reverse to start with. It tends to grab too much if I put it in normal. So I'll just go ahead and drill that. So there we go, there's the hole. I'll just give that a little clean off with any of those edges there. Doesn't have to be perfect. Now into one of those 90 mil end caps, I have to put another hole that's exactly the same size. So I'll go ahead and do that. So there we go, now that's got a hole in it. Now you only do that to one. That's obviously the one that's going to sit down here at the bottom and hold our stormwater gravel guard in place. So when you pull the nut off the bulkhead fitting, that's the nut, you've got two washers here, so they're going to form the seal. So one goes on the inside there. I put my stormwater cap there, and then that's going to go through like that. So then on the back side here, the other washer goes on, pulls out through there, and then the nut can go on, and we just tighten that up. I've only got one hand while I'm holding the camera, so I'll just put it down and tighten this up. So I just tightened it as hard as I could by hand. And you can see those little ridges there. I'm not too worried if there's a gap there because I really want the waterproof seal in here because obviously all the water is going to be sitting in the tub. If it leaks slightly, it's not the end of the world because obviously this is going back into the pond, but you still want it as waterproof as possible, because if pump's not pumping and that was leaking into the pond, this water in the filter is going to drop, and if the power was out for a substantial amount of time, this filter bucket might go dry. So you want to get that as tight as possible. That's not moving at all. I'm pretty confident no water is going to be seeping out from here into the pond. So now with the 90mm stormwater pipe, this forms a guard to stop all the gravel from filling up and blocking the outflow pipe. So we put that in and we just measure, we just want it to sit above the gravel. So pretty much in line with the top of the filter tub or box is going to be fine. So I'll mark that and cut that off. So there we go, that's cut off. Same thing, you just want to clean off those edges so that's not going to end up in your filter. So now we're going to drill a bunch of holes in through this guard to let the water in. That's our 8 to 10 mil drill bit there. So we have our guard there. So that's going to let the water through and that's going to sit there just like that. Then the cap that we didn't drill sits on top. But first, this bit here is too easy to lift out. So that part there, I'm going to glue so that it's stuck there. So I'll go do that. Okay, so that's glued there. Now while that's setting, I've got that 25mm riser. Now that's going to go down in here and screw into that bulkhead fitting down there. And what this is going to do is allow all the solids to accumulate down the bottom and the clean water to rise up and go back through the top. So I need to cut that where I want to set the water level. So I'll mark that and cut that. I'm going to do it a couple of inches, maybe 3 inches below the top lip of the bucket. So there we go, I've cut that off. So now that just goes down there and I can screw it in. So that sets the level of the water. So when you cut it, you want to cut it quite a bit down because the bulkhead's going to bring it up. So that's down in there. That can easily unscrew. Now with the 90mm stormwater, that's great for my hand. People with bigger hands might want to go 100mm pipe here, and then obviously you just get 100mm caps to go on top. That's up to you. 90mm is good for me. I can get in there, unscrew it, pull it out. Now the reason I want to be able to unscrew it and pull it out is because that's how I'm going to clean the filter. If it gets clogged, you got to think all those solids are trapped down there in the bottom. The clean water's coming up over the top of this pipe. So if I unscrew that, all that dirty solid and water and stuff is going to flow straight out that hole. So to clean it, we screw a little barb fitting on. Now I can attach a hose there, run the hose out to the garden, and that will take all that dirty water and put it on the garden for me. Then I can remove that. Put my pipe back in. It's all easy one-handed. There it goes. Pipe's back in. Now the reason that I glued that is because this is, of course, the guard that's stopping. This is all going to get filled with gravel and have plants planted in it. If this can get pulled out, kid comes along or someone is too curious, they pull this out, all that gravel collapses in there, and you've just got to pull it out by hand because it's all going to fall out and go back into the pond. So the guard, that's why we glued it. So here's one all filled up. I've just used a scoria rock, and that's the system with the standpipe and the gravel guard. and all the muck trying to get trapped down the bottom there. You just fill it up with rocks, all the bacteria and stuff is going to grow onto that, and that's what's filtering the water and keeping all these little white cloud mountain minnows in here happy. On this filter I put some timber around it to make it look nice. This is on one of the wine barrels, so that's how it looks. The filter sitting above the pond. Plants look nice, just spilling out. Some impatience and bacopa. That works well. The plants take out the nitrate. The water quality's very good. But anyway, that's how the filter works.